Nancy, and then Jake.
Jake, going back to the anger and hate accusation for a moment, when we asked the Romney campaign why he would make that charge, they cited not so much the things that the president has said on the stump, but things that have happened by the campaign and from the White House, things like you and the campaign refusing to condemn this outside ad about the steelworker's wife and the connection to Mitt Romney. The fact that someone on the campaign suggested that Mitt Romney might be a felon for the way that he ran Bain Capital, and also the vice president's Chains comment. Are you ready to condemn any of those things?
First of all, let's go back to the obvious attempt to distract attention by focusing so much of your attention on an ad that never ran, as I understood it.
It did end up running.
Again, inadvertently, according to a press report and a station error. That stands in stark contrast to an advertising campaign behind which there is millions of dollars endorsed by and paid for by the Romney campaign that is built entirely on a fiction about the president's policy, and that's his policy on the work requirement necessary in welfare reform. You know it, everybody in this room knows it, every outside expert on this issue has declared that the advertising campaign on welfare reform is false. Just false, factually false. And yet there's all this attention on an outside ad that, again, has barely run. I think that you know that there are plenty of third-party ads out there that are in support of Governor Romney that allege certain things that are ridiculous, including suggesting that the president is not an American citizen. What this president is doing is focusing on the issues that matter to the American people. Okay?
What do you say to Republicans who say that the vice president's comments about putting people back in chains is an example of why he should be replaced on the ticket?
Well, I'd say a couple of things. One is they know that what they're saying about this is ridiculous. The vice president was clearly making, as he repeated later, a statement about the Republican insistence that if they are able to, by taking control of the White House, they will immediately repeal Wall Street reform. Wall Street reform that was put in place and fought for by this president because we cannot afford to have happen what happened in the financial sector to this country just a few short years ago. We need to make it impossible for the taxpayers to be holding the bag when big institutions fail, if they fail. We need to make sure that we have the consumer protections in place that are part of Wall Street reform that were fought tooth and nail by Wall Street and by Republicans on the Hill. And the point was obvious to, I know, everyone in this room, to everyone in that room, and to every Republican who's making this charge, that that's what the vice president was talking about. So I understand, going back to my other point, that there's an attempt to distract attention from the actual substance of the discussion, which is, should we or should we not have Wall Street reform? They don't want to talk about that because they know that most Americans answer that question absolutely, definitely, yes. But they're opposed to it. Should we or should we not turn Medicare into a voucher system that costs seniors an extra $6,400 per person per year? Overwhelmingly, the American people say no. But Republicans don't want to debate that because they know that's the answer. So, look, we're going to keep talking about the issues. And there's going to be, along the road here, as there always is, an attempt to distract attention from the issues when one side is losing the debate over the issues. And that's what we're seeing right now.
But does he regret the choice of words? Because some took it as a reference to slavery, and he had a chance to go back and he said, I always say exactly what I mean.
Except for those who are trying to make something out of nothing here and distract attention from the policy debates. I mean, this is, you know that's not what this is about. You know he was talking, if you look at what he said, about Wall Street reform, about the desire of some to put banks and Wall Street back in charge of your financial transactions in life. That's not what this president believes is the right policy. So we can, we understand that there's going to be efforts to distract attention from the policy debates because other side is losing these policy debates pretty overwhelmingly, but we're going to keep talking about the policy issues.